my name is Colleen and I'm here at Intelligent Body Studio in Murphy's, California, and I've got about a 30-minute practice, just under, I think, for you today, and it's definitely an energetic practice. You can modify for all levels, but it's not gentle. I'll be posting some more gentle practices this week in different lengths too. So what you'll need is something like a blanket or a pillow, something like blocks. You could use a water bottle, books, pillows, same thing, okay? So we'll start in an easy cross-legged position. So come up high enough so that your hips are above your knees. Use any extra blocks you might need. You might want to have a couple blocks on hand. If you don't have blocks, you can use pillows, a water bottle, books, lots of things, okay? Now from here, let's let your eyes close. And begin to notice how you feel today. So you could scan your body from the top of your head all the way down to your feet. Noticing where you are touching the floor, where your hands are touching your legs. And then see if you can line up the back of your head with the backs of your shoulders. And when you do close your eyes, let's notice how your nervous system feels as well. So how are your thoughts moving this morning? Are they really quickly moving, or are they more slow or cloudy? And you can do this practice at any time of the day, morning, afternoon, and even the evening, although it is energetic. So if you have trouble sleeping, you might want to do it earlier in the day. And then begin to lengthen your breath. So as you inhale and exhale through your nose, notice your ribcage expanding if you can, and see if you can feel your whole torso expanding three-dimensionally. And if you know the Ujjayi breath, you can use it now. And if you don't, just focus on breathing deeply, trying to lengthen your breath and smooth out your inhale and your exhale, making them the same length. Jaw relax. And then either taking your hands across your heart with your right hand first, and then left hand on top, thumbs touching, or into a prayer. You can do either one. And just notice your breath still. On your next exhale, letting your arms come down, opening up your eyes. You're going to come onto all fours. I like to use the blanket to pad my knees on this hard floor. You could also use blocks beneath your forearms if your wrists give you trouble. So that would look like this. Okay. Otherwise, you can be on hands and knees, hands below shoulders. I'm going to come into a neutral position. I'm going to begin some cats and cows. So on your exhale, come into cat. Bringing the pelvis forward and moving up the spine, the chin comes towards the chest. That's the exhale. And then on the inhale, rolling out one vertebra at a time, if you can. And coming forward. So continue in this way, exhaling as you round, and inhaling as you bring your heart forward. If you want to add in any other movements that feel good to you today, perhaps circling the ribs as you do the movement, that is fine, or coming back a little bit towards your heels. And just notice what feels good in your body today. So wherever you are, let's end up in the cow pose with your heart forward and your sit bones wide. And from here, just without changing your pelvis or your spine at all, engage your abdominals by drawing the sides of your navel back and in. And then from here, what we're going to do is tuck all 10 toes. And on an inhale, sit the hips back. And as you exhale, keep that abdominal engagement. As you come up, lift the right knee up and the left hand touches the right shoulder. Try to keep the hips stable as you do that. As you inhale, you'll go back again. And as you exhale, rise up. Again, really focusing on keeping the core engaged and the hips stable. You're going to keep going, doing this, going side to side. Inhaling on the way back and exhaling on the way up. Notice that I'm looking forward as I come forward. Okay, so I go back, I'm still looking forward. It's like a little creeping position. Staying in the rhythm of your breath and feeling for making your breath really smooth if you can. Noticing how is your breath this morning. So the next time you finish both sides, we'll be done with that. So you'll rise back up, tap the shoulder, and then when you come down this time, we're going to let the tops of the feet come to the floor, coming into a traditional child's pose, but with the fingers tented. So you're going to take the wrists up, fingertips down if you can. Forehead comes down. You might find you want to block below your forehead. You want it to be touching something. Okay, so the wrists stay lifted. I'm just lifting my head so you can hear me. You're going to have your forehead down and your fingertips on the floor with the wrists lifted, and then the shoulder blades broaden and move down the back. Just 2 more breaths here. And 1 more breath. And then on your next inhale, you may be able to rise up with leaving the tented fingers. So you come back up, feel the core engaged. And exhale, coming into a downward facing dog, tucking your toes, lifting your hips, spreading your fingers wide. Feel free to walk out your dog a little bit. You might find that it feels good to twist a little bit in the hips. And staying with your breath. And then from here, we're going to come into a squatting downward dog. So you're going to bend your knees and take your hips towards your heels. This will be our inhale. And then our exhale, we're going to come forward into a plank pose. You may need to readjust your feet. Keep your hands and feet here. Inhale back, exhale forward. So you're going to do this for 10 seconds, as quickly or slowly as you want. If this is too much for you, come back to the one we did with crossing to the opposite shoulder and lifting the back leg. Here we go for 10, 9, 8. You can breathe out your mouth on this too, if you want to. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Come back to a regular down dog. And as you inhale, just let an exhale out your mouth. So, really feel for relaxing your neck. Feel free to move around, okay? You don't have to be static in these poses today. And then you're going to walk your hands and feet together. You can move your blanket out of the way if you like. Just place it within reach. And come into a forward fold. So you can bend your knees as much as you'd like to, so you can really support your low back. You might even decide you want to take your hands into the creases of your elbows and just let everything go. Now slowly, you're going to let your arms release and roll up your spine. Vertebrae by vertebrae, your head will come up last. When you get to the top, do a couple shoulder rolls. Then inhale, reach your arms up. And exhale, bring your hands through the center. Notice how your heart rate feels, how your mind feels, your breath. And then we're going to come up towards the front of the mat, and you may want your blocks or just something that gives you a little bit of height for this next part. And just do somewhat of a Surya Namaskar. We're going to have your feet parallel. You can look down at your feet to line up. There can be a space between them so they're at hip distance. And your arms reaching down at your sides. Bring your hips back so you're not tucking your pelvis at all. And then a little bit of abdominal engagement, just as we did on all fours. And then reaching your armpits towards your hips. And relaxing your jaw. Not Ujjayi breath again. And smoothing it out. And now on your next inhale, eyes open. You're going to inhale, turn your palms up and reach your arms way up. Now exhale, forward fold. Soften the knees as you forward fold. Hands can come to the blocks or the floor or your legs. On your inhale, reach your heart forward. And on your exhale, left leg back to a low lunge. You may find you want to pad your knee, but we'll just be here for a moment. As you inhale, bring your heart forward, and exhale, shoulders down your back. And from here, I'm going to come up off the back knee. I'm going to move my blanket out of the way. And you may find you want the blocks, and you might not. You want to have your heart forward and shoulders back, reaching back through the inner heel of the back foot. Also squeezing the legs together here. The inner thighs are engaged. On your inhale, I'm going to reach your heart forward. And exhale, begin to straighten the front leg. The back heel does not have to reach the ground. You're going to round down. And then on your inhale, bend your front knee. Heart comes forward, shoulders back, reaching through that back heel. Don't let the knee drop. Keep it engaged. And then exhale and fold. Let's do 2 more of those. So as you inhale, you come forward, shoulders down your back leg engaged. And then as you exhale, fold. 1 more. And exhale. Just stay here for an extra breath. We won't be here long. Reaching back through the back inner heel, letting the neck be relaxed, and pressing down through the ball of the front big toe. On your next inhale, inhale, come forward again. Still the knee is lifted. Your left hand is either on the block or the floor, about a foot from your front foot. And an inhale, reach your heart forward, back leg is engaged. Exhale, open up in a twist to the right. Keep reaching to the back inner heel. On your next exhale, bring the hand back down. Inhale, blocks out of the way, step to plank pose. Engage the lower belly. Draw your armpits towards your hips. And on your exhale, you can lower down to the floor. Just lower your knees. As you lower down, keep the shoulders above the elbows. Come all the way down. We're going to do 3 low cobras. But as we inhale up, you're going to inhale up. You can have your hands wide. I have mine off the mat. I'm going to lift up, pressing my pubic bone down. And then as I exhale, I'm just going to look over my shoulders a little bit. Keep pressing the pubic bone down. Keep the legs engaged and strong. I'm going to inhale here. And exhale, draw your heart forward as you lower back down. Let's do 2 more of those on your own. Just making sure it feels good. Okay, so this is all meant to feel good. Open your body up. So notice if you're creating any more tension in your body by clenching in your neck or your jaw. And feel free releasing that and using just the muscles that you need to perform each asana. Last one here, as you inhale up, press your pubic bone down. Exhale. As you twist around, there's no right or wrong way to do this. Okay, so just have fun with it. You're gonna look around. And then exhale, stretching your heart forward and rolling down. I'm gonna place our hands by our ribcage. Roll your shoulder heads back. Tuck your toes. Engage your abdominals. You're gonna try to keep your shoulder blades on your back as you exhale and press up to all 4s. And then back to downward facing dog. The hips are high, the fingers stretch forward and the thighs back. Just let your neck relax. And inhale here. And exhale. And inhale, bring the left leg forward to a lunge. And again, a low lunge first. You can pad the knee. Your hands can come to blocks if you love. Shoulder blades down your back, heart forward. And then slowly you're going to lift that back knee. And feel for the right position for your body. Here, this left hip scoots back. Back, reaching back through the inner heel of the back foot. Heart forward, shoulders back, jaw relaxed. Now we're going to go from forward to back like we did on the other side. So we'll inhale here. And then on the exhale, reach back through the back inner heel as you begin to straighten the front leg and fold. Do 3 more of these, inhaling forward and exhaling back. Remembering not to let this back knee droop when you come forward. Keep it strong. Squeeze those inner thighs together. So we're just doing 4 total. You can do them in your own time and your own breath. Now, the next time that you come forward, we're going to do our twist. So your right hand will be on the floor or the block. I like low block for me, about a foot from the front foot. Keep the legs squeezing together. Inhale, reach the heart forward. Exhale, open up to the side. You can let the neck be relaxed. You don't have to strain the neck in any way. You can let it hang to the side or even look down. Both shoulder blades moving down your back. On your next exhale, come down. This time we're going to step forward. Okay, so inhale, heart forward. Exhale, press off this back foot, stepping forward. Inhale, reach your heart forward. And exhale, fold. Inhale, I'm going to soften the knees and reach your heart forward as you stand all the way up. Sit bones moving towards heels, arms reach up. And exhale, hands in the center. And down. Just noticing here how you feel. So taking a moment. Now, hands to waist. Inhale, lift the chest. Exhale, step the left foot back. It's really more your hips where your hands are. My thumbs are at my sacrum, so at my pelvis. I'm going to spool my shoulders back and down. Then keep my belly engaged. Shift my right hip back and breathe. Just lifting my chest up. I'm really going to press down on my pelvis and roll my shoulders back and counter that by engaging my core. My chin is lifted a bit. And I'm going to feel like I'm breathing right into my heart here. 3 more breaths. And then on your next exhale, bring your gaze forward and step forward. I forgot to mention, but then when you step back, you really want to make sure this back foot, so we're doing the other side now, you've got contact with that back heel. So you're not folding into the arch. The arch is nice and lifted. You're pressing down through the ball and heel of the back foot. If you can't do that, make it more narrow. Okay? Now from here, shift left hip back. Hands in the same position. Inhale, roll the shoulders up. And exhale, lift the chest. And again, engage your abdominals here. Scoot the left hip back. Shouldn't feel any compression in your low back. If you do, more abdominal engagement here. And not, you might be doing a little bit of a back bend, right? So instead of really back bending the low back, keeping this engaged. 3 more breaths. And now on your next exhale, look forward, engage your belly, and step forward. Just step side to side a little bit. You can move your blocks out of the way for this next one. And have your feet slightly turned out. And almost as wide as your mat for most people. On your inhale, you're going to inhale and squat, letting the hips come way back. So not like a traditional Utkatasana here, okay? So as you inhale, you can take your arms up if your shoulders feel okay to do that. And then come back and down. And as you exhale, stand up. I'm going to do that just 2 more times. Inhale down. Exhale up. Now this time you will stay there. So inhale down. And perhaps if your knees are okay to do so, you're going to keep lowering into Malasana or a squat. Couple of options here. If your heels are up, a nice option is to take your blanket underneath your heels. Okay? If that still doesn't make the pose good for your knees, you can sit on a block. Okay? So any of these are doable. If none of those work for your knees, put your back against a wall and do a wall squat. All right, here we go. So from here, your hands can come in prayer in front of your heart. All right? Let your jaw relax. I like to just move side to side in this pose. Allowing my tailbone to release. Now from here, all we're going to do is sit back. Now if you feel like a little bit scared to do that, like you're going to plop down, feel free to use your hands, or you can try to sit. We're going to roll like a ball. So from here, we're going to roll back onto our backs, but try not to go all the way to your head. So you're going to use your core strength here to stop momentum, okay? So from here, your feet are going to float. See if you can hold it here. And I'm going to widen my elbows, draw my belly button back. I'm going to look at my belly button. And I'm going to take a breath and inhale and exhale. On the inhale, I'm going to roll back. And on the exhale, I'm going to come up, trying not to touch my feet to the floor. Okay, so I'm going to use my core to engage here. And then I'm going to do this 3 more times. So using your core to stop momentum. Use your breath. If you do a little toe tap like I just did, that's fine. So you just try to control momentum with your core, but not with your jaw. Okay? I just caught myself doing that. Last one, inhale back, exhale up, and it's really hurting my spine on this floor, so next time I would use a blanket below my spine. Okay, from here, I've still got my feet lifted, Navasana. You can hold behind your knees, lift your chest. Can you get the back of your head in line with the back of your shoulders? And then I might let go. I might straighten my legs. Lots of options here for 3. Keep breathing though. Nice smooth breath. For 2 and for 1, feet come down. Soles of the feet come together. Knees open up. Baddha Konasana. Okay, so I'm doing this. Now, your feet might need to be further out or close in. We'll just be here for a couple of breaths. If you find that you're really rounded here, it means sit up on a blanket, okay? Or even a block. You can also support yourself from behind to get a nice neutral spine here. Just 2 more breaths here. I see that I'm already running out of time. I'm going to have to work on these for the next videos. I'll get really good at this eventually. Okay, so from here, you're going to move your blanket out of the way if you're using one. And you're going to hold your ankles. We're going to roll back, but keep the Baddha Konasana and lift our feet off the floor. Let's give it a try. So inhale, lift your chest. And as you exhale, draw your belly button in and begin to lower down on your back, holding your ankles in the air. Let's be here for a moment. Inhaling again, feeling your breath in your back. And exhale. And bring your knees in, both knees in. And then exhale, release your feet to the floor. So you'll need a block for this next part. You might want to grab it. So if you don't have a block, you can use a pillow or anything else, or skip it all together. But I do want to, I'll give you a little cautionary if you're skipping the block altogether in a moment. But something of any kind of height that you're going to be able to place below your pelvis. Okay, set up for bridge pose. Feet are locked in, they're a little wider than your hip joints here. You can see the outer edge of the foot on either side. Arms relaxing a little bit wider than you're used to on either side, or at least I think on your inhale, pressure low back to the floor. Lengthen your sacrum towards your front knees. Press into your feet and come into bridge pose. Now you might want to exhale and come right back down, depending on how your back feels. You might want to keep it done in there. If you are ready to hold and it feels good to you, you can come up and hold the pose. Okay? So as you're here holding the pose, a little pressure in the back of your head, your neck is in neutral. The arms are just relaxed out to the sides. Legs are not relaxed. Legs are very engaged. As you inhale, you can feel your rib cage expanding. And as you exhale, you keep lengthening your sacrum towards your knees. Good. Let's just do 1 more breath here. And you're going to reach for your block. Okay, you can place your block on the low, the middle, or even the high level. Okay, if you have a yoga block. If not, just find something. Okay? Notice you can tuck your shoulders under a little bit more, perhaps, depending on the height. And inhale, pressing into the left foot. And exhale, reaching the right leg up toward the ceiling. Flex that foot. Now, as you do this, keep lengthening the sacrum forward. You might even enjoy letting the leg fall back towards your shoulder if that's within your range of motion. Otherwise, it might be more vertical. Keep breathing. With each breath, feel the expansion in your inhale in your rib cage. Now on your exhale, bend the right knee, cross the ankle over the left thigh, flexing the right foot, letting the knee fall out to the side.
just going to take a couple breaths here. On this high level, this feels a little teetery. I'm going to lower my block down and just get a nice release in the hip and the low back on the right side. Jaw relaxed. On the next inhale, I'm going to bring the knee in and reach it back up. I'm going to lengthen my sacrum forward as I do that. And exhale, bend my knee, place it down. For this next part, I'm going to take my block back up. You do what's right for your body. I'm going to press down for the right foot to reach the left leg up. Reach through the inner heel of that top leg. Relax your jaw, relax your face. So you're pressing down through the bottom leg to extend up through the top leg. And lengthening the sacrum forward, jaw relaxed. Smooth breath. On your exhale, I'm going to bend the left knee across the ankle. I'm going to lower my block again. Still right below the flat part of my pelvis in the back. Okay, so it's not on my lumbar spine. Let the knee fall out to the side, just get a little space from your hip. Low back. On the next inhale, bring the knee in. Exhale, place the foot down. As you inhale again, lengthen the sacrum forward, lift up off the block. Exhale as you lower down. See if you can do it sequentially on your spine. When you get all the way down, widen your feet as wide as your mat. Inhale, arms to a T. Exhale, windshield wiper. So knees just flopping side to side. You can decide to add in the head. I like to look toward my knees as I do this. But that can change day to day. You might want to look away from your knees or keep your neck in neutral in the center. Now, next time you come to the left side, stay there. If you want to, you can hook the bottom foot on top of the top knee. The right arm might feel good stretched out, or you might bring it at your side onto your hip. Just a couple more breaths here because we're running out of time. Now to come out of this, unhook this foot first. Engage your abdominals, relax your neck. Move through the center, over to the other side. Hooking the bottom foot if it feels good. Left arm either reaching out or resting on your side. Head in the most relaxing position for your neck. Front ribs drawing in, so you're not popping your ribs up here. You're drawing in and down. Breath, smooth. Last breath here. And then unhooking the foot. Remember, engage your abdominals to come up to the center. Relax your neck. Move slowly, please. And walking your feet in a little bit. Exhaling. Happy baby pose. Or just a wide knees to chest. So you can hold right here. Or you might choose, if it's within your mobility range, to reach up for your feet. Sometimes people are kind of in the middle and they want to move towards it, so you can wrap around the sides of your knees. And you might decide you want to rock side to side a little bit. Happy baby pose. And coming back to the center, knees to chest. Jaw relaxed. Curling nose and head up towards knees. And then exhale, releasing into Shavasana. Now you can stay in Shavasana for as long as you like based on the time that you have today. We're just going to be here for a few breaths, okay? But please feel free just to pause the video and rest for an appropriate amount of time. A good amount is at least 5 minutes. If you can do longer, that's great too. fingers and toes, or reach arms overhead. And as you come out, be really aware of coming out mindfully. And so not just rushing into the next part of your day, but rolling to one side, moving slowly. We'll come up to where we started, in a cross-legged position where any seat is fine. Right, close your eyes again and connect with your breath using either your hands on your heart or in prayer. Just take a moment here to feel how your body is now, how your mind feels, how your breath feels. And then also to focus on something that you're grateful for today. Namaste.